What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and some bullish catalysts that just came out that make me very excited for the future of this company. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market and what's going on with the Ukraine situation and the Fed, as these things could definitely affect the market and Tesla as a whole. I also have some major updates coming out from the Texas Gigafactory that make me super excited, guys, as it's another very bullish catalyst, alongside some major tweets that just came out from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Elon Musk. We have very amazing tweets that make me so excited. But before I say anything about them, before I say anything about Elon Musk's tweets or what's going on with Tesla's share price, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000, as Moomoo is giving away 200 grand for the new year. So if you want your chance, guys, please check that out. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we had a very big red day, down 5.09%. And once again, guys, I often talk about how Tesla's it's a $1 trillion company essentially. It's almost worth $1 trillion right now, and this thing runs and swings as if it's a penny stock. It's pretty insane. So here's the thing that happened. The entire market had quite a bit of red today, and you guys can see the SPY ended up being down about 2.14%. Even AMC was down, and this red that we saw from this market is based off many factors, and as a result, it basically brought Tesla down with it. Now, in my previous videos, I told you guys clearly that we had this big gap fill. This was a very bearish indicator, right? This big gap fill right over here, and I did tell you that in the near term, I saw Tesla dropping below 878, and we ended up dropping below 870. 6, right? We ended up going very low, and that was just as we had anticipated. We saw this coming just a few days ago, and the thing is, guys, we have another gap right over here. It's a very tiny gap at the very top. It's a little bit hard to see. It's between 918 and 920. So that's a very bullish indicator. And I think that we should have a pretty good run going into the future, but I can't promise the dates because right now the market's in a very capricious state. Now, I want to zoom out a little bit and show you guys this. I drew out this trend line right here. I connected the 792 retracement when we had that spring-like reversal, and also this big drop we had to about 850. And if you see the way the trend line ended up running to, we ended up finding support exactly at where it would have been. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to hold out perfectly. This could still be adjusted, but this is an indicator that we're getting very close to a bottom, and we should start to see a little bit more green after this. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's a possibility and that I'm not 100% certain quite yet is because of the overall situation in the world right now. Because look at this right here. The BBC News has reported that satellite activity across Ukraine is showing lots and lots of Russian military activity. Now, I'm not trying to spread FUD or make any promises because I don't truly know how this is going to play out, because I've seen some sources that are indicating that Russia wants to back down, and other sources are indicating that Russia is really ramping up on the amount of troops there, as one of the top executives from NATO ended up stating that there are 140,000 troops still at the border. So I don't know if they're going to invade or not. If they do invade, I want you guys to be prepared for that. If they do invade, expect maybe a 1 to maybe 1.5 weeks of red, because the inflation rates in the US will start to go up a little bit more because of that move. Now, I personally don't think it's a very intelligent move for Russia to do that, because I don't think it's going to help them. It's going to hurt them more, because they're going to have to deal with massive sanctions and other consequences like that. So that's just my opinion, guys. I'm not promising anything, but I want you guys to be prepared for anything, because it's a very, how should I say, capricious situation. We don't truly know how it's going to play out. It truly is an enigma. But for Tesla going forward, guys, if we just don't worry about the Ukraine situation, because I don't think that the Ukraine situation is going to lead to a crash regardless of what happens. Like I said, guys, if they don't invade, the market's going to rally. If they do invade, the market will drop for maybe a week or two before having a very good rebound. It's a very fast market. It responds very fast. It's very volatile, especially with high implied volatility, especially for these calls. So it's a crazy market that we are in. So here's the thing about Tesla. I think we could maybe see some sideways action, maybe a little bit of red tomorrow, but it does look like we're going to have a bounce once we touch this line. We're very close to touching it, and we should start to run up. Now, as long as the Ukraine situation isn't too bad, I would expect us to slowly start to stair step our way up just slowly, then have a very good run once again up to about the $918 to $920 range relatively soon. Now, like I said, I can't make any promises, but this is a very, very bullish indicator based off this as well, right? Look at electric. It's apparently reported that dozens of new Tesla Model Ys are spotted being prepped for deliveries at the Gigafactory in Texas. Very bullish piece of news, guys. Once they have the Gigafactory in Texas out, it's going to be absolutely insane. They're getting closer and closer and closer, and I just feel like the media is not reporting this enough. This is a fantastic news. This is a massive factory. It's huge, guys. The cars look like ants right next to it. It's massive. So when they start these deliveries, what does it mean? It means their production numbers are going to get better. They're going to build a lot more revenue. They're also going to be producing a battery packs right next to it as well, and they're going to help distribute more energy and more energy storage technologies as well to help innovate their cars. Once again, a super bullish catalyst, super bullish. Right now, they have two main gigafactories, and they're going to be reopening a new one and also start deliveries in Texas. Very, very bullish piece of news, guys. And once it's announced, I don't know how long it's going to take, but based off these reports and based off what the data is showing, it could happen within a matter of weeks, guys. We're getting super close to it. So keep your eyes out for this. We might have a very big run because of that. And that may be the thing that causes us to run really high up, maybe well above the 940s once again. It's going to be very awesome. So don't sleep on Tesla. We have some big, big, big bullish catalysts coming, but I do want to talk about the Fed as well, because what the Fed is doing could definitely affect the market. So the Fed's Bullard, for those of you who don't know, he's the St. Louis Federal Reserve president, and he basically said some very similar things as Jerome Powell, that inflation may be a little bit transitory, which doesn't make sense, but then there were other times where he appeared to be a little bit more on the hawkish side. So what I noticed about him is that he wants us to take action as soon as possible, maybe even now, but he also stated that he's okay and he does prefer a more dovish Fed. So he kind of goes both ways, but he has seemed to agree a little bit more with Jerome Powell. Now, there hasn't been a confirmation of the exact extent in which interest rates are going to be risen. We just know that they most definitely will be going up very, very soon. Very soon probably means by mid-March. And the estimates were showing from the analyst I saw that it's estimated that we're going to see a 50 basis point increase. That's about a 0.5% rate hike, most likely around that range by mid-March. So I want to prepare you guys for that. That could cause the market to temporarily have some sideways, maybe bearish action, but we should recover pretty quickly and everything else is looking pretty good. So going into the future, guys, what do you need to be looking out for Tesla? So for Tesla, like I said, we're probably going to find a bottom right here. We could drop a little bit more, but then I do expect us to start rebounding relatively soon. And we do have this gap, a tiny little gap right here between 918 and 920, which I think we should fill very, very quickly. Now, looking at the fear and greed index, the market is still a little bit more on the fearful side because there's so much FUD being spread by the media over the whole Russia and Ukraine situation. And I don't necessarily want to blame them for once. It's because it's a very strange situation that we're in this modern world, guys. It's very rare for us to really see things like this, especially between Russia and Ukraine, but it's happening right now. So I really hope and wish for the best for every single person. I don't want anyone to suffer, and I really hope we get past this as peacefully as possible. So it's looking pretty good. The market should start to rebound a little bit tomorrow. But remember, guys, on, I believe, Monday, we do have President's Day, so the market's going to be closed. So we're going to have a short week for next week, which is why the market may not be super bullish. But after that, guys, after that, I do see some good runs going forward, depending on how the Ukraine situation ends up. Now, I also want to talk about these pieces of news right here. Basically, there's another investigation with unexpected breaking for Tesla. There's going to be a lot of FUD about this. It just barely was announced like 20 minutes ago. And this is going to be very important, guys, because, you know, with all these big things coming out and some complaints coming out from some owners, the thing you have to remember is that the full self-driving technology is not perfect. Sometimes there may be some phantom braking. I actually saw someone record a video of them in their Tesla, and there was like kind of like some over braking and some issues like that. But here's the bottom line. The full self-driving technology is not perfect. It's not flawless. It's not impeccable yet. It's improving. It's just new technology. It's actually way ahead of its time. And if you give it time, guys, it's really going to improve humanity. It's just that things like this are no surprise. They're not necessarily there yet. It's not perfect yet. Give it the time it needs, and it's going to be fantastic. Now, another big thing that's coming out, guys, and this is all over the news. Basically, Tesla has made the claim that SEC is kind of harassing Elon Musk, which I think there's a massive truth behind that claim, right? Because Elon Musk has basically explicitly presented his dismay towards the SEC, and basically, guys, what's happening is Elon Musk has a lot of power. He's a great guy, but he has lots of power. He has the power to really move stock prices just by like tweeting one or two things. This guy could click a button and billions of dollars can be moved in and out of the market just based off things he says and just tweets on his little Twitter page. So as a result, the SEC is obviously going to put pressure on him, say, they're going to make him come to court and speak and do all sorts of crazy things. And some people are interpreting these things as harassment. I'm not going to make that claim. I'm just going to say that, look, he's Elon Musk. I love the freedom and the how should I say, the transparency he has. I love that he likes to be very honest on his Twitter page and he's not wearing a mask. I love that he doesn't act like a politician. So those are things I love about him. And I don't really want that to change. And I really hope that the SEC finds their middle ground in this situation. But anyways, that's basically it for the news. Let's talk about some major tweets that just came out, guys. Elon Musk retweeted this, guys. You guys can now do something insane. You could customize the color of your Tesla from your screen. Check this out. Let me try to play this for you guys. Hopefully nothing bad happens. But as you guys can see, this person was basically on their they selected pink and then the car turned pink on the outside. So I'm putting it out there, guys. That's some very, very bullish news. It's very exciting. And I can't wait for what other customizable features come out in these cars. It's very, very cool. Now, I also want to talk about what Elon Musk tweeted right here. Basically, guys, this is now a continuation of what I reported yesterday. Elon Musk responded a little bit later. President Joe Biden basically talked about how the US is gearing up to make all 600,000 federal government vehicles electric, bringing more manufacturing jobs and this and that, which I think is a good move, but he's missing something. And that is, first off, he failed to mention Tesla for so long. He finally did do it, but it took way too much effort to finally get him to do it because a big petition had to be signed. Now that he hasn't mentioned Tesla, the problem is, look, if you want to achieve something like this, why not work with the company that's already killing it? And that's what Elon Musk ended up is he's basically responding this way. It's a more efficient way of doing it instead of trying to use all these taxpayer dollars to do all these things. I mean, in my opinion, guys, he said ahem, and there's a picture of the Model 3. Then Elon Musk responded by saying, he said that the Model 3 is literally the most made in America car. Well, of course, America. And yeah, I mean, good point, guys. It's a very, very good point. I think Tesla tends to be trivialized. I think they should be recognized for the amazing things that they have been doing. And I just think that they don't always get enough credit or the credit that they deserve for really, really revolutionizing the EV sector, the EV technology, and the future of vehicles in the country and the world. But anyways, guys, that's what I have for this one. So like I said before, we should start to find our bottom very, very quickly around this range. And it does depend on the Ukraine situation. So I'll take what I say with a grain of salt. But as long as that doesn't escalate too badly, we should see a very healthy rebound and start to fill this gap maybe in the next couple of days, maybe a week or two from now. We should be doing that, but it does depend on the Ukraine situation first. With that out of the way, guys, there are some very, very good bullish catalysts for the short term, not to mention the Gigafactory in Texas, which may be starting deliveries very soon. So it's still looking pretty good, guys. So don't be too worried. Don't be afraid. Remain calm, cool, and collected. And I will see you guys on the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.